Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. With the Season 4 update here today in Warzone, we of course got the addition of two brand new weapons here. The FFAR, which of course is a classic rifle that we had back in Warzone 1, and the LC10, a classic SMG that we had back in Warzone 1. And these two weapons are utterly insane. They are by far two of the absolute meta choices right now for a variety of reasons, whether you're looking for sniper support, close range dominance, something a bit more well built, just all around. These two weapons are insane. I want to start first up here on COD Community and break down some TTK stats. First up here, we're looking at the close range, more SMG, sort of early sniper support territory. We got the LC10 on this chart, the C9, the SOG, the Loadouts, three other top SMGs. The MX9 is really good. The FFAR in here as well. And you can see that first damage range, that close damage range, the LC10, according to COD Community's initial raw data here, is just insane. At 11 meters, it's got a 525 millisecond TTK. The C9 is going to be a 574. The MX9 a 567. The FFAR a 576. The LC10 in that first damage range is absolutely dominant, and you can build this thing out to be pretty aggressive, as we will here in just a moment. And then if you're looking more for sniper support, the FFAR, yeah, in its first damage range, it's getting outgunned by the MX9, the LC10, the Loadouts. But as those drop off, the FFAR just completely takes over into that mid-range, which is just absolutely insane, all the way out to 40 meters basically before it drops off. And then even beyond that, it's not too harsh, as we'll see when we compare it to other mid to long range options. You can see here versus the Krig, the Kilo, the Cypher, the TAC, the FFAR, our blue line here, by far the most aggressive of these three in terms of its first damage range. It kills way quicker. Then even as it drops off, it's basically staying even or competitive with all of them. Now, it might be a little bit easier to use the Krig or the Kilo in your opinion, depending on how you feel about the recoil, but if you're landing shots with it, this thing absolutely can compete. So whether you're looking for close range, mid range, long range, between the LC10 and the FFAR, we've got two absolute new meta choices here. Now let's jump in game, break down the actual best setups for these, what you want to pay attention to as you're leveling them up for the first time. Now, as we do so, if you guys enjoy the video, you find it helpful, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. Much love to everyone who takes the time to do so. And if you're new to the channel, you want to make sure that on a daily basis, you are always in the know for everything going on in COD. News, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns, it's all right here, so feel free to hit that subscribe button and help get us one step closer to reaching 1 million subs. So first up here, I want to focus on the FFAR. Really, I think you could build this thing out a bunch of different ways. If you want to focus on gunfighter, go in with 8 attachments, that's going to be viable. I'll mention sort of what to look out for there. Even with just 5 attachments though, if you want to pair this with a sniper like an HDR, the new AMR mod 4 that was buffed there, if you want to pair this with an SMG like the LC10 and use it more as mid to long range, clearly as we saw, if you're able to land shots, it's capable of doing all of that. So there's definitely more than one viable build for the FFAR here. I will say, as I was going through leveling up, the ideal level for the FFAR, at least at the bare minimum, is probably going to be 34, as you can see where I'm at now. First up here, the irons are just not as good as they should be. They did the irons dirty. They did a disservice to it, and they didn't make it the same as the OG Warzone 1 FFAR. So to me, this gun feels way better with an optic, whether it's a Volsky Reflex, an Oturo Red Dot, anything there would be practical. If you're comfortable with a certain optic, go ahead, rock that. I will note that as of right now, my setup is a little bit different just because the monolithic suppressor is busted. It's just locked. It's locked on both of these guns, actually, for whatever reason. Surprise, surprise. New update drops, things don't work as intended. Once they fix this though, for a mid to long range build, obviously you want to be rocking the monolithic suppressor, and that's probably something I would switch out with the balanced stock, just so I have peak mid or long range velocity damage range coming out of that, and I'm staying off the radar as well. But this build will work for mid to long range. It'll also work ideally as sniper support as well. Reinforced barrel on here is fantastic. We end up with a 54 meter effective damage range, just under an 1100 velocity just with reinforced on here. Obviously with monolithic, that'd stack even higher. If you wanted to go all in on velo, you could stack gain twist on here too and still maintain a great damage range. So there are options here for sure if you want to focus exclusively on the long range or more of a hybrid build like what we've got here. I think reinforced is going to be the best of both worlds with that. The new G grip underbarrel that acts as a laser but also horizontal control and stabilization at the same time. It's basically the Strelok laser and Ranger foregrip in one, if you will, or a vertical foregrip in one. Super useful, super good. You get this on page 7 of the battle pass, and it's definitely going to be a mainstay on a lot of my loadouts now, so I am rocking that. Extended 2, pretty straightforward here, going to be a 60 rounder. If you're playing solos exclusively, and casuals now because they took that out, I'd go extended 1, but anything beyond that, extended 2 for sure. And then on a more aggressive build, I do like balanced stock here as well. If you're looking for more of a gunfighter loadout, I think overpressured serves a purpose here, as does recoil springs, just depending on if you want to go more for control or more for bullet velocity. You could really crank that thing up there for sure. And then rear grip, quick draw, and commando are going to be your main two that you want to focus on there for a more sniper support style build. Either of those would be doing you well for sure. But yeah, the FFAR, this thing just feels fantastic. And as we can see in the firing range, I mean, I'm pulling down, I'm controlling this thing, but it's not hard to use. This thing really does feel like it just absolutely fries. You learn that recoil pattern, spend some time shooting the wall, maybe shooting some bots, whatever the case is. Learn how that's going to behave, and then you can just absolutely spray and pray with this thing. And it's going to be super easy to use. Very satisfying weapon. Hey everyone, real quick, want to give a shout out to my friends over at G Fuel. All month long, G Fuel is celebrating anime, focusing on some of their awesome anime collabs and arts that they've got for various different flavors. They've got so many different flavors to choose from amongst their energy tubs. And of course, if you're just looking for some hydration, they've got their hydration packs that are phenomenal as well. As always, if you want to get anything at all from the G Fuel site, toss in code Immortal at checkout and you'll save yourself some money. Link for that will be down in the description below if you're interested. And then for the LC10, conveniently enough, you really want to aim for about level 34 at minimum for this as well to get the ideal attachments outright. Again, as you level it more, you'll get a little bit more versatility there. But this setup's a little bit more straightforward. Again, as mentioned, that monolithic suppressor is busted, but luckily this is the case where at close range, you don't really want to use monolithic anyways because it's going to slow down your ADS and whatnot. I don't even use a muzzle here, and I wouldn't even if monolithic was unlocked just because of how SMGs function in this game. I do like the long barrel though, extending out our damage range to just over 16 meters, which is phenomenal for an SMG. A 550 Velo is going to be feeling fantastic in there as well. I'm using the G grip here as well, just so convenient for the better hip fire to ADS accuracy, and then the better horizontal controls, always a win on your setups. Extended to, in this case, going to be a 55 rounder. You do have an 800 RPM, which is decently quick, but the damage per mag here is going to be pretty solid overall. I do like quick draw rear grip on here a lot, helping get that ADS speed down to 150. It's a little bit slow without the quick draw grip on here, so personally I'm a fan of that. Then I do like infiltrator stock on here a lot as well, just for the better strafe speed, makes you a tad bit more aggressive. I think balanced stock on here is really good too. If you're looking for something more based around control, you could switch out a stock for recoil springs, a compensator if you wanted to. I think that'd be practical as well, but overall the LC10 rips as that close range secondary. And again, here in the firing range, I mean, you can see this thing's not necessarily geared towards recoil control, but it's really not too difficult to actually maintain shots on target whatsoever. If we were to shoot in the board here and just not control it, you can see the pattern is basically straight vertical, meaning you don't have to do much to control it and make it an absolute laser beam. These are two very easy weapons to use that are also incredibly rewarding at the same time. Surprise, surprise, the new seasonal, the new battle pass weapons are absolute meta. Definitely level these things up ASAP and use them because they are certainly going to be advantageous for the foreseeable future here. But that being said, that is going to wrap things up. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it, and if you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications so that each and every day you can stay up to date with everything going on in COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.